everybody. Hi, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. I've got another tutorial for you today. We're doing the Away in the Manger Kimberbell Christmas ornament. And this one was a lot of fun. It incorporates the ability to make fringe. See that? That is such a fun little trick. And I'll show you how easy it is to do. I think you're really going to like this. Let's get started. All right, we have to hoop a piece of cutaway stabilizer. The easiest way that I do it is I just lay it out and put my hoop on top of it with the arm that's going to go in the machine just out to the outside. I don't measure a whole lot. I just kind of make a cut so that I know it's big enough all the way around. I like using my dime hoop mat. It keeps everything very stable and keeps the hoop from running away from me when I'm not looking. I put it upside down so that I can kind of flatten it this way. It really doesn't matter. That's just a habit that I do. And put it in. And when you hoop, you want to recess it. Give it a little push, just a hair, so that it just is a little bit outside the bottom. Now, this isn't even. I've got a lot over here, and I've got a little bit over here. But it doesn't matter. As long as it's hooped, you're fine. And just finger tighten it. And we don't need to do any kind of markings or anything in here at all. The embroidery design is going to take care of all of that for us. So let's get started. Okay, at the luminaire, when you have an embroidery machine that has one of these arms, you always want to put your hand on it so it doesn't go where it's not supposed to. And I'm going to put in my hoop and put the tab down. I have threaded the machine with the thread color that I'm going to need first to put down all of the fabric. So we go to embroidery and we go to the pocket for the memory. And where I'm going to hit the wireless icon. And here is the manger. It says it doesn't have enough thread data. That's okay. We know what thread sets we need, and we are ready to go. So I need to thread the needle. I'm going to hit embroidery, and we're ready. This is the placement stitch for the background fabric. You want to put your fabric over your placement stitch and make sure that the stitch is fully covered on all sides, top, bottom, right, left. And this is the tack down stitch. You don't need any kind of adhesive or anything like that. The next stitch is the manger itself. little bit of a thread break here at the very last, and the thread came out of the needle and it caused a little bit of a little pull right there. I think that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and trim that. You can't even see it. And that'll be fine. Now, if you have a situation where your thread has broken like this one, and it has pulled it back up completely inside of the machine, don't ever pull your thread. This is for you new beginner embroiderers, okay? Don't ever pull your thread backwards. You always want to take your thread, get you a loop of it here, and come this way and follow the thread guides so that you can get it out of there without pulling backwards. Yeah, we had a little bit of a shred there. That happens. That machine was moving pretty fast, and that happens. It's okay. And fortunately, it didn't cause that big of a deal here. Okay, ready to do the letters. It's time for our next thread change for the hay. Okay, I'm going to stop this right here because I want to show you what has happened. It has done an initial very wide satin stitch, and now it's going back and it's doing a very tiny, tight, narrow satin stitch down the center of those wide satin stitches. And that's important for when we get to the back so that we can turn this into fringe. Okay, the final stitch is that circle of stabilizing stitches. I'm not going to change my thread color because it gets hidden inside of the bamboo hoop. All finished. Okay, what I'm going to do here now is take these tiny little snips, and I want to get rid of any jump stitches. Sometimes the digitizer, like the whole word after the Y and before the I, the jump stitch was digitized in there to cut. If your machine has the ability, not all machines have the ability to cut jump stitches. You will want to either trim them during the embroidery process if you ever have another piece going over it or something. You just kind of got to watch that. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to trim away these extra jump stitches that were not digitized in. And a little trick is to think of like the jump stitches right here between the W and the A. This is point A and this is point B. If you trim from point B first, there's a natural pull that makes this stand up, and it's very easy to get a hold of and trim. If you do it the other way, sometimes it will be less successful because it'll just kind of want to lay there. So we've gotten to the point now where we want to make the fringe. Now what you do is, again, so you can see there are wide satin stitches right here, and there is a tiny line of tight satin stitches down the center. You want to flip it over, and on the back, if you've got good tension, you should have nearly half to 3/4 color on your back side. You don't want to cut this center rib, leave that alone. But you do want to cut the stitches right alongside it that are running perpendicular to it. And cut close to the edge. So we have trimmed along the outside edges of all of these. Matter of fact, I'm going to scrub them a little bit. Kind of loosen them here from the back side. Don't worry, you're not going to ruin it because it has that center rib. All right, so let's see. Now from here you want to take your fingernail and kind of scrub them up a little bit. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Here's where the magic happens. Yay! And you can kind of see I need to go back and I need to do right here a little bit better. So that's right in there. Oh y'all, this turned out so cute. Look at that. Love it. Might even trim from this side. Might help it a little. It does. Careful not to trim the fabric. Yep. That works pretty good. So long as you don't get those center ribs. Look at that. Okay, so there's our little manger fringe for our hay. Ah, that is so cute. Let's go put it in a hoop. Okay, so we're just gonna loosen this thumb screw, pop it out. Just a little bit. It works great. And what you want to do is turn your project over, and sometimes it helps if you can fold this back a little bit. But you want to cut away your stabilizer, and I recommend using a duckbill scissor. And you want to go in, don't cut your fabric. And then sometimes it's just best to, you want to pull this up and let the fabric drop away, to slice if you can, instead of cut. But the duckbill will make sure that you get close to your stitches without cutting through your fabric. I will link to right and left-handed duckbill scissors below. They are not universal. One of you told me that, so I just wanted to let you guys know. Don't cut your fabric yet. You want your fabric just like it is. Leave all of this in like this. Trim. You can trim off knots if you want. You don't have to. So that we have a nice, neat back, I'm going to put these together like this. It just covers it and makes it look nice. Very easy. And I'm going to center it over the inner ring and make sure that my stabilizing stitches can't be seen. Just kind of feel it. And I'm going to put this at the top. Oh, that turned out nice. Look at that. That turned out real nice. Those stabilizing stitches help you to center in the hoop as well, in the bamboo hoop. Okay, look at that. That turned out great. Now I'm going to trim off the fabric along the back. That turned out very nice. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a new skill, and I look forward to doing more of them with you. I'm going to do all 12. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. We'll talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.